This is a very, very special Let's Get to Know, because you know, I know everything about BTS there is to know. I've been a fan since 2015. I know everything. So what makes today special is this is a Let's Get to Know where I'm just going to be talking about BTS, and hopefully it's an informative video for new BTS fans, or it'll just be interesting. BTS's music was some of the first East Asian music I was ever exposed to back in 2015. I pretty much got into K-pop straight after I Need You and Dope were released. Of course, they were part of The Most Beautiful Moments in Life Part 1. I fell in love with BTS, particularly their leader, Rap Monster. I'm a huge hip-hop head, so it's no surprise that he and BTS appealed to me particularly. BTS, also known as Bangtan in Korean and Bulletproof Boy Scouts and Beyond the Scene in English, or just the Bangtan Boys if you want. Personally, I just call them BTS. It's easier and people know who you mean. BTS's fandom is called the ARMY. It is huge, so huge that of course there are many people in it who are problematic, I guess you would say. The age of a lot of the ARMY is very young, so there's lots of kids, so I tend not to get too involved because fan wars are a thing. Anyway, BTS debuted in 2013 with No More Dream, which is part of the Too Cool for School single album. As of right now, they only have 2 studio albums, Dark and Wild and Wings. However, they've released 4 mini albums, the first of which is just a great name. Oh, Are You Late Too? It's just great. The second is School Love Affair, and then there are the 2 parts of The Most Beautiful Moments in Life. And they actually have a new mini album coming called Love Yourself Her. They've also released several compilation albums such as the Young Forever album. BTS also have a real presence over in Japan with 2 full studio albums and 2 compilation albums. Whilst BTS did debut in 2013, they weren't really all that successful to begin with, and it wasn't until 2015 when they released The Most Beautiful Moments Part 1, which of course was the I Need You era, that song blew up. Oh man, it sold incredibly well in Korea, and the Dope music video, it went viral essentially on YouTube. BTS and their company Big Hit have effectively used YouTube and Twitter to promote BTS to great effect. And consequently, they have a huge following across the globe. Big Hit as a company garnered lots and lots of praise for trying something different with BTS, because not only do BTS write and produce their own songs, they also have heavy influence over their comeback, stemming from their leader Rap Monster having a huge role within the company. BTS are also a hip-hop centered group, and hip-hop is not always the most successful genre in Korea still. Obviously there are exceptions with groups like Big Bang and their leader G-Dragon selling incredibly well, and they are essentially a hip-hop group. And now let's get to know the members. First up is the leader and the main rapper, Rap Monster, whose real name is Kim Namjoon. He was the first member. Rap Monster was actually the first member of BTS to sign on to Big Hit, and he's also the reason why one of the other members of BTS joined Big Hit, even though lots of other companies were offering him contracts. Born in September 1994, he is the 4th oldest in the group, which is quite unusual as he is the leader. However, Namjoon is one special dude. You know, he may not be the eldest, but he is the leader and he's superb at it. He's also an incredible lyricist and producer. Namjoon was an underground rapper before he joined BTS. He actually went by a different stage name called Runchranda. He also taught himself English to the point where he's actually a fluent English speaker. Whilst he is a rapper, he has also proven that he can sing on songs like Reflection and also songs off his mixtape, which was released in 2015. It was actually named the 48th Best Hip Hop Album of the Year on Spin's Best Hip Hop Albums of the Year. Namjoon is also fucking funny as hell. He's clumsy and sweet, but at the same time he's an utter badass. He's also probably the most memeified member, mainly because he often does the English speaking, so many funny things happen during those English interviews. My lord. Just a cool little fact here as well, Namjoon actually has an IQ of 148. To put that in perspective, I have an IQ of 120, and the average is from 90 to 110. He is a genius, essentially, in terms of IQ, and he was in the top 0.1% in terms of the grades at his school and career, which is just incredible. My boy's a damn genius! Sorry, I just went and got a snack, you know. I like my ice cream like I like my hentai. Vanilla. The next member I want to talk about is the princess, Jin. Jin is a vocalist and a visual. He's the eldest member in the group, born in December 1992. Jin is a superb vocalist, but he's often the target of anti-fans because he doesn't really get that many lines, so there's been lots of people pretending to be BTS fans asking him to leave the group. It's dumb logic, but you know, I hate people like that. That's just the way it is, though. These people exist. His birth name is Kim Suk-jin, and I just love him. He's very, very popular amongst female stans of BTS because of his broad shoulders and godly good looks. He's also just sweet. He's just a nice, sweet guy. He also has his own show on the Bangtan YouTube channel called Eat Jin, and it's one of the funniest things in the world. He's also known for his lame dad jokes. I'm not going to say any more than that. Just go watch some of them there. Up next is the moody, sleepy boy Suga. His birth name is Min Yoongi, and he was born in March 1993. He is the lead rapper of BTS, but he, just like Rap Monster, was an underground rapper before he joined BTS. Growing up in Daegu, that's where he started in the hip-hop scene. He was known by the mantle August D, and he has used that since then every now and again, including as the title for his mixtape, which he released under the name August D in 2016. Suga is a very talented lyricist, writer, rapper, producer. He plays the piano as good as I've ever heard anyone play the piano, and he often cites that his moment when he fell in love with music was when he first played the piano. Suga can come across as grumpy or lazy if you don't know him that well, but he's actually sort of the opposite. He works so hard sometimes he falls asleep at his studio desk because he's been working all day. That's just him. That's his personality. He works so hard that he looks tired, and he's actually also really sweet. He sort of puts on a facade sometimes of being moody, but he's actually really sweet and funny. Something that is tackled in his own songs and BTS songs alike is depression and hunger, both of which things he has gone through in his life before he joined BTS. He's also criticised Korea's intense schooling and the social pressures and the lack of care for children's mental health, which I applaud him for that. It needs to be done. The next member is the middle child of the group, and that is the little ball of sunshine that is J-Hope. Born as Jung Ho-seok in February 1994. He's a little bit older than Rap Monster, but because of Korean culture, they're actually considered to be the same age. J-Hope is a lead rapper and a main dancer. Interestingly enough, he actually auditioned for JYP before eventually choosing Big Hit. He also attended Big Bang Seungri's dance academy. J-Hope, in my opinion, is the funniest member. He's a little ball of fun, and he's just the life of the party. His facial expressions are just incredible, and his dancing is even better. He's a supremely talented human being, even gaining the nickname Golden Hyung from the fans because he's just good at everything. Whilst he hasn't released a mixtape, one has been rumoured, and since he released one verse back in 2015, everybody has been looking forward to one. So yeah, that is J-Hope, just an amazing human being. Next up is the start of the maknae line, Jimin. His full name is Park Jimin, and he was born in October 1995. He is a lead vocalist and a main dancer. Not only is he a supremely talented guy, but he's also just adorable. Jimin's voice is actually my favourite within BTS, and his song Lie off the Wings album is my favourite BTS song currently. Jimin is another one of the meme members because everything he does seems to get memed, from the bitch and beach situation to his excuse me, and the fact that he still ain't got no jams. Earlier in Jimin's career with BTS, he struggled with insecurities over his body weight, convincing himself he was overweight, and he struggled with eating disorders, which he seems to have gotten over now. However, things like that never really necessarily leave. So lots of BTS fans, the ARMY, have taken upon themselves to make sure he's eating properly, which can be a bit intrusive. They're all well-meaning from it, but it can be a bit intrusive. And it's also become sort of a thing for antis to criticise Jimin and BTS about, like that he promotes eating disorders, even though he has spoken at length about how bad it is. But there we go. It's a shame, but we're all there for you, Jimin. We love you. Jimin is a really, really caring person and is considered by the other members of BTS to be the guy that takes care of them and looks after them, which is, it's evident from a fair few videos of their relationships. Sorry about that. I just took a little break, had some ice cream, cried a little, and now let's get back into the video. The next member is possibly the most interesting man in the world, and that is, of course, V. If you say that for long enough, it just doesn't make any sense. Why is that his name? What? Born as Kim Tae-young in December 1995, he is the wackiest and zaniest member of BTS. V is a vocalist and is the only vocalist within BTS to sing with a baritone range. His voice is quite gritty, and his Daegu accent that he has actually affects his singing in a really, really nice way. V has also taken on acting roles alongside his performances with BTS, so his schedule is very full. V is a very popular member within BTS, often being named high up on the rankings of the best looking men in Korea, and you can completely understand why. Dude is just bloody gorgeous. To be fair, he's also really likeable because his personality is so great. He's so extra, he's so much energy, his positivity fills the room. He just loves to crack jokes and laugh. And he can play the saxophone, so he's a cool guy. And finally, we have the golden maknae, Jungkook. His full name is Jungkook. Born in September 1997, less than a year older than me. What? Jungkook is called the golden maknae by his elders in the group because he's good at everything. He is a lead dancer, he's a main vocalist, he's a sub-rapper, he's the centre of the group. Jungkook is really the most popular member in BTS, and you can see why. He's got the looks, he's got the all-round talent, he's quite shy, he's just sweet, and his elders in the group just love him. Jungkook has actually often spoken of his admiration for Rap Monster, the leader, and he, like I said, Jungkook is actually the member who decided to join Big Hit because of Rap Monster. Jungkook has put out many cover songs over his time within BTS, and he's actually garnered a lot of attention from international artists like Charlie Puth, for example. And those are the members. They're great, aren't they? Superb. Now it's time for some recommendations. BTS songs have often charted quite highly, with Blood, Sweat, Tears, one of their latest releases, being their best-selling single, well over 1 million copies of that sold. However, in my opinion, the best BTS song to start with is I Need You. It's a great song, and it was the song that really got BTS popular. BTS's early discography is actually really strong, and while some of these songs didn't necessarily get the attention at the time, they now have been thrust into the spotlight. So here are some of their early songs that I think you should give a listen to. Spinebreaker, If I Ruled the World, Let Me Know, Converse High, they're all very solid songs from their early days. And in terms of their early days title songs, those would have to be I Need You, War and Hormone, Danger, of course, Bulletproof Part 2. Not so keen on that music video, neither was I, of No More Dream. That wasn't as interesting. But now for my favourite BTS songs altogether, the suggestions that I would have for all of you. These are my top 10 sort of favourite songs. So it would be First Love, BTS Cypher 3, War and Hormone, My City, Butterfly, Dope, Blood, Sweat, Tears, Spring Day, Run, Lie. All of those BTS songs are just great. I highly, highly recommend all of those. In my opinion, the two best BTS albums are, of course, their studio album Wings, which is just, it's sold incredibly well, but critically, the acclamations it got were well deserved. It was a superb album. And then, in my opinion, Most Beautiful Moments Part 2. There's a certain level of nostalgia for me there, but I just think that's a superb album. Both of them you should definitely listen to with no breaks, just full on, get the experience. BTS have lots of fans, so of course they have content creators, so I'm just going to let you know 4 YouTube content creators that I think you should check out if you are a BTS fan. First one would be Sleevy's, which is a hilarious comedy channel. They make cracks and she's just brilliant. So funny. I suggest you go check her out. And now we've got 3 reactors who I really love, and they are BTS focused channels, so you will love them if you like BTS. First up is Chance MPOD, of course. I know Chance reasonably well, and he is a BTS and Bleed type guy. He's a full-on BTS fan. He's got tattoos on his arms. He's a mega fan. Then there's Reggie720, who once again is a huge BTS fan. He's funny as fuck. He's great. I love him. And then the last of these is Samuel Bus. I don't know whether he has a YouTube channel anymore. He used to. When I first started, he was big, and he's certainly still on Twitter, and he's great, huge BTS fanboy. I love the dude. So yeah, go check them out. That'd be appreciated. They are huge BTS fans. Due to BTS fans having a huge range of ages, genders, nationalities, there's lots of infighting. My favourite thing in the world. As with most K-pop groups, there are solo member stans. I despise people like that. BTS are a group, they make music. You can't just stan one member, it doesn't work like that. You can't just stan Jungkook and then hate every other member. They're musicians, they make music together. You're an idiot. Then there are the fans that are just way too protective over the members. Guys, they're 20-somethings. They don't need you to protect them. They are adult men. Like, what? The army is really huge, and in some subsection of the army there's this syndrome where they believe they are being treated worse than any other fandom. Honestly, from my perspective, all fandoms have bad eggs, and they're all treating each other pretty horribly. So my advice to someone joining the fandom, just stay on the edges of it, don't get too involved, enjoy the music, have fun, meet people, and that's it. Support the boys, listen to their music. Don't get too involved in fan arguments because it's pointless and it just causes more problems than necessary. BTS makes some good music. Music with meaning, music with strong messages. Their blending of hip-hop, house and ballads over the past 2.5 years have created some of my favourite songs. So of course, I'm very excited but apprehensive for Love Yourself Her, which is the mini album coming out in a couple days. I have pre-ordered the album and I'm looking forward to getting it, reacting to the music video, reviewing the album and all that stuff. So I hope you will join me for that. And if you have enjoyed today, don't forget to share this video around. It'd be greatly appreciated. This is going to be Ginno signing out. See you guys soon. BTS Army, thank you very much for watching. Adios.